Hello and greetings from the old school gun school. I'm JB Heron. I'm the lead instructor for our school. And so the times, they are changing and things are changing rapidly. And so it's all the more important that we be able to learn and enjoy to protect ourselves inside the home as well as outside the home. And so in order to do that, we've got a couple of classes coming up in a short period of time. And one will be the maintenance and cleaning of our firearm. We got a lot of requests for this, and so we decided to put one of those together, and we'll talk about that. And so maintenance and cleaning of the firearm, the basics of that. With me today is Nick Franssen. And Nick and I have taught classes together over the years and look forward to doing more of these here. And so I'm bringing Nick in for his expertise on this. And if you've played with Nick before, you're looking forward to it and you deserve that. And so Nick, what do you think we'll do with this time coming up? We think we want to make them safe with handguns, make them, keep them clean, keep them operable. What are your talking points for that?
Well, JB, I think that it's really important from a myriad of ways. When you think about firearms and firearms training, most people just assume that that's part or in part pulling the trigger and putting rounds down range, and that's a huge component. What I find as a longtime instructor is that so many students aren't super comfortable with the basic mechanics of their firearm, the basic handling, um, kind of the order or sequence of operation of their firearm, and even how to do basic maintenance on it. What most people assume is a gunsmith's role is slightly different. Gunsmiths typically can clean your gun, but that's kind of a waste of a training opportunity for the owner.
Yes.
For what I do in my gunsmithing business is I typically repair firearms or customize firearms, stuff that's at a different level than what the average owner would do.
Yes.
However, for probably 40% of my business, it's stuff that anybody who is capable of being safe and proficient with a firearm can do themselves. That does a myriad of things. One is it's going to keep cost of gun ownership down.
Oh,
As much as I'd love to be supported by my students and other people from my community, um, a lot of that can be done yourself, and it's easier. Gunsmiths like big projects, not small ones. So
okay.
when you're bringing a gun in for a simple clean, that probably is going to get put on the back burner.
I
But
see.
when a gun needs to get back up and running because it needs an actual repair, that's a priority. I feel uh, driven to make sure that that customer gets their gun back quick, fast, and in a hurry because they may need it.
So it's up
When
to all of us gun owners to have some responsibility for that, keep our guns clean, keep them operating. An analogy may be if the only time we clean the oven in the kitchen is the day before Thanksgiving, by the time next Thanksgiving rolls around, it'll be a big job. But if
well,
we keep that
yeah,
oven, yeah,
I think a better analogy is if you have to go out of town, a family emergency, a vacation, or even just an adventure, you typically don't decide that morning, I'm going to go on an adventure, start your car and drive away. You're going to check the air pressure in your tires. You're going to make sure there's oil and coolant in your car. These are simple things that we do in so many other ways. But when it comes to that firearm, uh, ask the man or woman that's carrying a gun every day, when was the last time you cleaned it? I would say unless it's something really new and fresh for them, most gun owners will say I cleaned it months ago, or I've
yeah.
cleaned it twice this year. You wouldn't wear the same pair of pants every single day without cleaning them. You probably shouldn't carry around the same gun without doing the same.
But we do get a
And in
lot
a
of,
lot of ways, go ahead.
like I said, we do get a lot of asking for this. So students come and ask during classes, when will you do some gun cleaning, so on. So everybody's interested in it, but I think they feel a little intimidated by it. And so this will help them get started.
Well, for your students, most of them uh, they fall into one of two categories. Either they don't feel that they're mechanical in nature, so they're afraid or intimidated by what, in the grand scheme of physics, is a really simple mechanical device.
Yes.
Or they have enough knowledge to do most of the things, but they may not know why. What they're really hoping is to figure out how to tweak their current firearm or make somehow something more custom or do a trigger job. And that's not what this class is about either.
No.
We're looking at understanding the basic mechanics of the three different general categories of pistols or revolvers and how they work and why they operate the way that they do. So if you're having a problem with your firearm, you might be able to self-diagnose some of those issues.
Oh.
And then after that, we break into, well, this is how they field strip or they come apart into their basic parts for cleaning. And then this is how I clean firearms or how I suggest you maintain them on a regular basis in order to keep them working right, especially when you really need it.
Well done. And so I think we're all looking forward to this. In the long run, after class, what do you think the student would be, what would be popular item would they come away with? What are they going to take away from this class?
You know, when it comes to this particular course, and I've taught this course a few times now, we're going to be able to identify what the actual parts of the firearm are. And I don't mean as simple as trigger, barrel. Most people can identify those easy enough, but we'll understand what an ejector is and what an extractor is and how those influence how the gun operates and what they do. So when a gun's not functioning right, you can say, hey, I think I have a problem with my extractor or my ejector. We'll also be able to take them apart past a one-piece item so you can get in there and do some real cleaning, and you may find, man, this gun really needed a good cleaning. And you may also find this gun's in really, really good shape. After that, it becomes the maintenance and lubrication portion where you are not only making that gun operate at optimal condition, but you're also ensuring that it maintains its value by avoiding stuff like corrosion and undue wear.
Wow. Well, we're on the countdown, and so we look forward to having you for that. And it's been a while since you and I have been together, and so it's going to be nice to get back together. And many of the students you shared before, looking forward to seeing you again. So I'm glad we're coming.
Oh, you bet. I just want to touch base on one thing. You know, most firearms owners in our community or our area, they own more than one firearm.
Yes.
And because of that, I broke this course into three different parts. We're going to do a 1911 pistol. And the reason we do that is so many firearms are based off a 1911. And then we're going to probably do a Glock pistol, or what's also known as a striker fired design pistol. And the reason is whether other companies want to admit it or not, most of them pretty much followed suit with what Glock did in his design as far as how they mechanically operate. And then, believe it or not, the one that I get the most interest in is actually the revolver. And revolvers are very old technology, but they have some nuances and some maintenance requirements that other guns don't. And most revolver owners have never properly cleaned one. So we're going to do that.
Well done. Well, we're looking forward to it. And so we're lucky to have you coming and look forward to that day. And we might have something coming up the day after that. I think we're going to do the cleaning on one Friday afternoon, evening, and then head out to the range for some shooting that following day on Saturday. So we'll talk more about that the next time we get together.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I look forward to it.
You bet. We'll be together soon.
Yes, we will.